Okay, guys, so let's talk about JavaScript numbers. Numbers in JavaScript are basically used to handle numbers. They are used to handle numbers in JavaScript. Okay, so let's go to the code and do some stuffs. Okay, so I'm going to be creating a p tag here and give it a okay. I'm going to create an em tag. So that's the only em tag in the document. It's for a purpose. I'm doing that for a purpose. So I've created the index.js file and I've included it in the HTML file. So the em tag, we are going to be using it to output um, our text. I'm going to be using it to output the explanation. So to get the so we are getting the em tag because it is the only em tag in the document. So that's another. I want to introduce you to another way to get an element. So we are going to be getting it by get elements by tag name. So what is the tag name that we are using to get it? Em. So this one also is going to be an array, and to get the first item in the array, so I'm just going to use this. So before that, let me just save it and let me show you the output of this thing in the console so that you are going to understand it. Let's just quickly go there, Ctrl Shift K, and let's reload. I can see this is inside an array, and you can get it because this is the only item in the array. It is in the index of 0, so you can get it by just saying, you can get the only element by just adding this at the end. Okay, so that is that. And there are methods, there are also useful methods in JavaScript that is used to work with numbers. So let me just go on and copy it from somewhere. Okay, so I'm just going to paste it. Okay, all right. So let's just create a number. Sorry. Let's number 1 equal to 234. So let's just output it out inside the em element, em dot inner text, then equal to num1. So let's save that and let's go check it out. Okay, so that's 234. So now we want to convert it to a string. Okay, so that one we can check it out inside the console. It is the console that will show it very well that it is now a string. Now to convert it into a string, we are going to use the JavaScript to string method to string. So save it and reload. So if we should put, if we want to check the type, we are going to use type of num1 dot to string. So it's going to tell us the type. So now I can see it is a string. Okay, so let's comment that out. And to exponential, it converts the number into the exponential form. So if we should try to, let me just comment this out and copy it. So I'm just going to say 2.2 exponential, save it, and let's see what is going to give to us. I can see it has returned the exponential form of the number. And the next one is to fix. Let's divide the number 2. So that one is going to be a decimal number. So and that one can be, let me just copy this to exponential. To fix, So it's going to return a specified number of decimal. Let's say num2 dot to fixed. So it's gonna the specified number gonna return, let's say num2 dot to fix. How many decimal number? We're looking for 2. So let's save it and let's go check it out. Okay, so 99. So it returns the second decimal. So second decimal. If you want three decimals, so it's going to return it. That's 4. So it's going to round up this one, the last digit before the last one to be returned. So it's going to round it up and add it to this one. Okay, so that's to fixed. And let's just copy this again. And so that's going to be equal to precision. The to precision, we can use the second one. So it's going to round it up to precision. So it's just going to round it up. Let's see. Okay, to precision, let's specify the number of precision that we want. Let's say 4. And let's reload. I can see. So that's the precise number. So it rounds up everything and it returns .0 because it's going to be 4 characters. It must be a 4 characters. What if we want only 3 characters? And let's see what's going to give us. So it's going to remove the decimal point and it's going to return a precise number. Let's see if we can get only 2 characters. I can see. So it gives us 2 characters and it converts it into an exponential. Okay, now we are going to let's talk about some global functions to handle number in JavaScript. Global functions. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it here. Okay, so I'm going to paste it here. So the number function. So I'm going to use the console now. Console.log number. So the number, you can use it to convert a string into a number. So let's see. Let's just say num3. So I'm going to put it inside a string 456. Oops, I've used 456 before. Okay, pass it in and save it. And let's check it out in the console. Let's bring up our console and reload. I can see it returns a number. So let's check the type. Let's check the type to make sure it was a number that was really returned. Type of number. Okay, I can see it is a number. Okay, so that is that. So the number can be used to convert a string into an integer. So if I should, let's just try. Okay, I'm just going to copy it. So I'm going to remove the type of. So I'm going to add a string here. And let's see what's going to happen. Let's go to the console and reload. Not a number. So it will try to convert this into an integer, and if it cannot convert it, so it will just return not a number. So that is that. And next one that we need is the pass int. The pass int is mainly used to convert a string into an integer. So let's see a fourth number, num4, so equal to, let's say 2. I'm going to convert it into, and I'm going to remove, let's say pass. Let's first of all check it out. Pass int num4. Let's save it and let's go check it out. Reload. I can see it is a number that was done. Now we can now use it to perform an operation, like a mathematical operation like minus num1. So let's save and let's go check it out. So it was deducted from it. So the percent, it will convert any string into an integer, so into a number. Let me just say it like that. So let's try to include a string here to see what's going to happen. Okay, let's load. So it's because the number could not convert this into a number, but percent, it will convert it into a number. It will convert it into a real number. So it will strip off all these strings and it will return the only number that is there. And let's try to add another number within this space. Let's just say 289. And let's save and let's check what was returned. It is the first one that is going to be returned. So it is the first number that was seen in the stuff that is going to return. And percent is going to any floating number like this, any floating point numbers like this. It is also called double in other programming languages. It's going to convert them into an integer like this. It's going to convert them into an integer. It will remove the let me just comment that and copy it down and comment. So it will remove the decimal points. So let's check that. I can see the decimal point has been removed. So we can just log that, print that out inside the space. Go to percent, copy it, put it here. So 456. Okay, let's bring that down. And the last thing I would like to talk about is the parse float. What does parse float do? The parse float do similar thing to parsing, but it will return a floating point number. It will return a floating point number. So let's check it out. The output element that's equal to parse float. And let's try to convert the number 4 into a number. Parse float 4, and let's check that out. So it will also remove all the string characters there. It will remove all of them, and it will return the only first number that was seen in the string. Okay, so let's try to convert this into a floating point number. Let's save it and let's check it out. I can see. Okay, so another thing that we can do is let's just create a number, that's the 5th number, that is going to contain a floating point, a decimal point. So it will return the old decimal point as it is. Instead of the percent, it will strip off the decimal point, but this one it will leave the decimal point. It will leave the decimal point as it is. So let's check it out. Alright, as you can see, so it is used to work with decimal numbers. Okay, so and you can go to the documentation in Mozilla developer.mozilla.org. So you can check out a lot of methods that you can use to work with numbers. So, and if you have any question concerning JavaScript numbers, just leave it in the comments just leave it in the comment section and I'm going to reply you.